Alright, so sorry about the cutoff there. We're back here. We're going to finish this up here. But a maximum depth of a 1/16 of an inch cut, which we talked about. Your hands are always 4 inches away, right? Place the concave edge of the board against the joiner. And what we're talking about is if you actually take the board and you look down the edge of the board, it should have a crown. Okay, the part with the crown we want up. So we want to face up from the table of the joiner. Alright? Do not stand in line with the infeed table. We're going to have these guys stand right over here. Good. Alright, because this here is our safety zone that we don't want anybody standing in. If that board decides to grab, it's going to go flying that way. Alright? So yes, do not stand there. That's why we stand here to operate it. Okay, stand in front of the shield, so that's where we're at. Always have your guards in place. Excellent. That's cool. Like that. Alright, and of course, Luke thanks us for watching the PowerPoint. Alright, at this point, Luke's going to go ahead and he's going to just run this board through. We've already adjusted everything. He should be set. We're going to turn it up on edge. Go ahead and turn it up on edge. There we go. Alright, now typically what we want to do is we want to feed this board with the grain. Okay, and with the grain, if we look at this board here just a second, Luke, with the grain, okay, we actually, wherever the grain goes off the board, that's with the grain. So we want to feed here where you can see it's going off. We want to feed that into the cutter head. Make sense? So you're going to feed it just like that. Alright, and what he's going to do is to make sure his hands are high. He's going to remove them as he goes, making sure both hands never leave, right? He's going to push it all the way through, okay, to the end. Now, typically what would happen is, hold on, we'll make sure it starts. You'll actually cut here, okay? Now, typically what we want to do is we'll make sure our duct system is on, okay, so we can take all the wood chips away and out of here. Because of noise, we're not actually going to turn it on. But to do that, we hit a switch, and we'll do a video on that. Hit a switch at the end of the shop. And you'll come right up here, right, Luke? And you flip this little lever here open, and it'll pull all our wood chips away. Make sense? For demonstration processes, we aren't going to do it. You'll just run it otherwise, because it's not going to be that much material. Okay? All right, at this point, Luke's going to go ahead. He's going to turn the power on. Go ahead, Luke. Make sure his board is away from the cutter head. There we go. Okay. Make sure his hands are high. And he's going to go ahead. Board against that rim. Okay, it has a little bit of a cup to it, so it doesn't contact the whole edge of the board. Okay, it's all the way through. Now, go ahead and turn it up. And of course, you'll stand here until it comes to a complete stop. Now, if Luke picks his board up and he shows us the edge, you see here where it just caught a few areas of the board. That's because there's such a cup in this thing that we actually have to run it through 3 or 4 different times in order to get that all the way jointed, right? Okay, so one pass is not enough on this board. We want to run it through multiple times. All right? Questions on the safety? We're set to go? Okay. At this point in time, what you do is you would show the instructor the operation of the machine and make sure that the instructor knows it's safe. And then, of course, you would go to a safety test and take a safety test to 100%. And then you would become the safe operator of the joiner. Safe machine operator.